Welcome to ASTRALX, illuminating your cosmic path. Have you ever felt pulled between, chasing the horizon and then building a solid foundation?
With Solarian Zephyr as your cosmic strategist and Lunaria Selene, your intuitive guide.
It's a fascinating dance. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today as we dive deep into the profound influence of the stars on your life.
Yes.
Today, we're focusing on the 2025 cosmic forecast for men with that unique blend of Sagittarius Rising and Capricorn Sun.
Yeah. Using Sagittarius Rising, Capricorn Sun, 2025 Cosmic Guide for Men as our map.
Literally our map.
Our cosmic roadmap.
It's like having one foot on the gas, ready for adventure, and the other, firmly planted, seeking structure.
Yes.
That's the energy of a Sagittarius Rising, Capricorn Sun individual.
Right.
So let's start with that Sagittarius Rising.
Okay.
He's the eternal student, always seeking, always expanding his horizons. I can almost see him like with a backpack and a well-worn passport.
Absolutely. Driven by a thirst for knowledge and new experiences, he's constantly pushing boundaries. And his Gemini descending adds kind of another layer to this.
Ooh.
A love for intellectual stimulation and a knack for unexpected choices.
So he's not one to shy away from a challenge or a good debate. Now, the guide mentions whole sign houses and that Pisces falls on the fourth house cusp for our Sagittarius Rising Man. So what does that tell us about, his home life?
This is where we see the seemingly paradoxical nature of this combination. So despite his wanderlust, Pisces on the fourth house cusp reveals this deep need for a harmonious and nurturing home environment.
So it's not just about exploring the world. It's also about, creating that sanctuary, that place to return to.
Right.
What kind of partner would thrive alongside this free-spirited yet grounded individual?
He needs someone who can match his intellectual curiosity and who appreciates his need for freedom. Someone who's excited to explore the world with him, but also understands his need for solo adventures, both, literal and metaphorical.
I love that. Now let's turn to the Capricorn Sun.
Okay.
How does this influence our Sagittarius Rising Man?
Right.
Seems like two very different energies.
You're right, they are. The Capricorn Sun brings a grounding influence to the fiery Sagittarius Rising. Think of it as the earth stabilizing the fire, providing a framework for his boundless energy.
So it's not just about chasing dreams, it's about, achieving them.
Right.
This brings in discipline, ambition, that strong work ethic.
Exactly. He's a goal-oriented, driven to succeed, often taking on leadership roles naturally.
Yeah.
But don't mistake his quiet determination for weakness. He's resilient, capable of weathering any storm.
It's fascinating how these two seemingly opposite energies, the adventurous Sagittarius Rising and the ambitious Capricorn Sun, kind of coexist within one person.
It does. It creates a dynamic tension, a constant balancing act between freedom and structure, spontaneity and planning. And this can lead to internal struggles as he navigates those contrasting desires.
Like he's constantly recalibrating, finding that sweet spot between soaring high and building a solid foundation.
That's a great way to put it. And this tension isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's actually what gives him a unique edge, this ability to dream big and then take practical steps to make those dreams a reality.
I love that. Before we delve into the specifics of 2025, let's take a quick detour and talk about astrological houses.
Okay.
Some of our listeners might not be familiar with this concept.
So think of the astrological houses as different stages in a play. Each house represents a specific area of life, like career, relationships, finances, where these planetary energies play out their roles.
So it's not just about the planets themselves, but also where they are on stage, so to speak.
Exactly. And understanding this interplay between planets and houses gives us a deeper insight into how these cosmic energies influence our lives. Now, let's turn our attention to 2025. What does the cosmic stage have in store for our Sagittarius Rising, Capricorn Sun Man?
Ooh, good question. Let's start with Saturn,
Okay.
the planet of discipline and responsibility.
Right.
It's making some significant moves this year, first through the second house, then the third, and even dipping its toe into the fourth. So what kind of impact can he expect from this cosmic dance?
Saturn transit through these houses will be a period of growth and refinement. It might feel challenging at times, like facing a series of tests,
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's about building a stronger foundation for the future.
So starting in the second house of values and finances,
Yes.
Saturn might bring some financial constraints, or require him to reevaluate his relationship with money.
Uh-huh.
It's a time for careful budgeting and perhaps even, exploring new income streams.
It's about creating a more stable and secure financial foundation, which aligns perfectly with his Capricorn Sun's desire for structure and achievement.
Then Saturn shifts into the third house of communication.
Right.
This could manifest as challenges in, expressing himself clearly or potential misunderstandings with those close to him.
Right. It's a time to be mindful of his words, practice active listening, and perhaps even revisit old agreements or contracts to ensure clarity.
Oh, I like that. And just as he's getting comfortable with those lessons, Saturn makes a brief but impactful move into the fourth house of home and family.
Right.
What does that signify?
This could bring a focus on home renovations, family matters that require his attention, or even a temporary relocation. It's a time to be adaptable and embrace the changes that come his way.
So Saturn's transit in 2025 is all about testing his resilience, his adaptability, kind of pushing him to grow and evolve.
Absolutely. And while Saturn might feel like a stern teacher, its lessons are invaluable. They help us build character and create a life that's truly aligned with our purpose.
But it's not all about challenges, is it? Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good fortune, is gracing the sixth house of work and health in 2025.
Yes.
What does that benevolent energy bring to the table?
Jupiter in the sixth house is a wonderful opportunity for career growth, potential promotions, and even a renewed focus on well-being. He might find himself taking on new responsibilities or leading projects that bring him recognition.
So it sounds like a year filled with possibilities.
It is.
But with that Capricorn Sun's drive, there's always a risk of overwork and burnout.
That's a valid point. He needs to be mindful of his limits and prioritize self-care even amidst, exciting career opportunities. It's about finding that delicate balance between striving for success and nurturing his well-being.
And of course, we can't forget about everyone's favorite astrological phenomenon, Mercury retrograde.
Right.
It happens 3 times in 2025. And while it often gets a bad rap, it's really just a time to slow down and reflect.
Exactly. During Mercury retrograde, it's wise to double-check those emails, back up important files, and, avoid signing any major contracts. It's also a great time to revisit old projects or reconnect with people from the past.
So taking a step back and kind of reviewing things is key during those periods. Now, looking at the bigger picture, what kind of year is 2025 shaping up to be for our Sagittarius Rising Capricorn Sun Man?
It's a year of transformation and growth, a year to embrace both the challenges and the opportunities with, a balanced approach.
It's about utilizing that Sagittarius optimism to navigate challenges and that Capricorn pragmatism to turn opportunities into tangible successes.
Precisely. It's about finding that unique blend of adventure and ambition that allows him to thrive in all areas of his life.
Before we move on to part 2, where we'll delve deeper into the monthly themes and advice, let's leave our listeners with something to ponder.
Okay. How can you use this year's cosmic energy to bridge the gap between your dreams and reality, creating a life that truly reflects your authentic self?
Keep that question in mind as we continue our exploration in part 2, where we illuminate your cosmic path.
It's great to have you back for part 2 of our deep dive
into the 2025 cosmic forecast for men with Sagittarius Rising and Capricorn Sun.
We've already uncovered some fascinating insights about this dynamic combination.
And now we're going to kind of explore those monthly themes and advice.
Delving even deeper into the specific ways you can harness this year's energy.
And we left off with a question for our listeners.
Yes. How can you use this year's cosmic energy to bridge the gap between your dreams and reality, creating a life that truly reflects your authentic self? So let's explore that further.
Okay.
Starting with a closer look at Saturn's journey through the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th houses.
Okay.
This transit is a process of refinement, of stripping away what no longer serves you to create space for something more aligned with your true purpose.
It's like a cosmic decluttering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in the 2nd house of values and finances, Saturn's influence might initially feel restrictive.
Yeah.
It's like the universe is encouraging you to examine your spending habits and perhaps even rethink your definition of wealth.
Yeah.
This isn't about deprivation,
Right.
but about aligning your financial choices with your core values. Are you investing in experiences that truly matter to you?
Yeah.
Are you holding on to material possessions out of fear or genuine appreciations?
That's a good question.
Yeah. It's a good time to kind of assess your financial goals and create a plan that supports both your material needs and your soul's aspirations.
So true.
As Saturn moves into the third house of communication,
Okay.
it's time to refine how you express yourself.
Ooh.
This could mean taking a communication course,
Uh-huh.
practicing active listening,
Right.
or even just being more mindful of your tone and word choice.
I like that.
Clear and concise communication is key, especially during this transit.
Yeah.
It's about conveying your message effectively while also being receptive to different perspectives.
Right.
And this is particularly important for our Sagittarius rising listener who might have a tendency to speak impulsively or get caught up in debates.
Yes.
Saturn in the third house encourages thoughtful and diplomatic communication.
Right. Choosing your words carefully.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Saturn's brief dip into the fourth house of home and family
Yeah.
might stir up some, emotional baggage related to your past or your upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't necessarily a negative thing.
Right.
It's an opportunity to heal old wounds and create healthier boundaries.
Absolutely.
This transit might also manifest as a need to kind of create a more nurturing and supportive home environment.
Right.
Perhaps you'll feel inspired to redecorate, spend more time with loved ones, or even explore family history to gain a deeper understanding of your roots.
It's about creating a sanctuary, a place where you feel safe and supported.
I love that.
So Saturn's journey in 2025 is a multifaceted one, offering opportunities for growth in various areas of life.
It's about strengthening your foundations, refining your communication style, and creating a more stable and supportive base from which to launch your dreams.
Exactly.
Now let's turn our attention to Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good fortune, gracing the sixth house of work and health.
Yes.
This seems like a much more enjoyable transit.
It certainly has the potential to be.
Yeah.
Jupiter in the sixth house brings opportunities for growth, recognition, and abundance in your career.
Okay.
This is a time to step into your leadership role, take on new challenges, and pursue your passions with renewed enthusiasm.
For our Sagittarius rising Capricorn Sun listener,
Right.
this could manifest as a promotion,
Mm-hmm.
starting a new business,
Mm-hmm.
or even just experiencing greater job satisfaction.
Absolutely.
His natural leadership qualities and strong work ethic will be amplified during this transit.
It's important to remember that Jupiter expands everything, both the good and the bad.
Oh.
So while it brings opportunities for success,
Yeah.
it can also lead to overwork and burnout, especially with that Capricorn Sun's drive to achieve.
Right?
Finding that sweet spot between harnessing Jupiter's expansive energy and honoring your need for rest and rejuvenation is key.
It's about setting healthy boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and not letting your ambition overshadow your well-being.
Yes.
Remember, success without fulfillment is meaningless.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about some potential challenges our Sagittarius rising Capricorn Sun listener might face in 2025.
Okay.
We've touched on the risk of overwork,
Right.
but are there other areas where he might stumble?
One potential hurdle is the tendency to overthink and get bogged down in details.
Yeah.
That analytical Capricorn mind
Ah.
can sometimes lead to analysis paralysis, preventing him from taking action.
It's like he's standing at a crossroads, weighing all the options, but unable to choose a path.
Right.
That Sagittarius adventurous spirit might be urging him to take a leap of faith,
Yeah.
but that cautious Capricorn nature wants to analyze every possible outcome.
In these moments, it's important for him to tap into his intuition and trust that he'll figure things out along the way. Sometimes the best way to overcome fear is to just take that first step and allow the path to unfold organically.
I like that.
Another potential challenge is the tendency to isolate himself when things get tough.
Yeah. That independent Capricorn nature might make him reluctant to ask for help, preferring to handle everything on his own.
Yeah.
This is where his Sagittarius rising can help.
Okay.
That optimistic and outgoing energy can remind him that he's not alone and that there are people who care about him and want to support him.
It's about finding the balance between self-reliance and allowing himself to be vulnerable and receive help when needed.
Exactly.
Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is ask for support.
Right.
Now let's shift gears and explore the potential opportunities that 2025 holds for our cosmic traveler.
Okay.
We've already touched on career advancements, but what other areas of life might see positive growth?
With Jupiter in the sixth house, he might also experience improvements in his health and well-being.
Oh.
This could manifest as adopting healthier habits, finding a new exercise routine he enjoys, or simply feeling more energized and vibrant. It's also a good time to explore alternative healing modalities or seek guidance from health professionals to address any lingering health concerns.
Yeah. Jupiter's expansive energy can help him break free from limiting patterns and embrace a more holistic approach to well-being.
Now let's talk about love and relationships.
Okay.
What can our Sagittarius rising Capricorn Sun Man expect in this realm in 2025?
This year brings a renewed focus on partnerships, whether he's single or committed.
Uh-huh.
It's a time to build strong foundations based on mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine desire for connection.
If he's single, he might find himself drawn to partners who are intelligent, independent, and share his passion for both adventure and personal growth.
Right.
Someone who can stimulate his mind and challenge him to grow,
Yeah.
while also appreciating his need for freedom and spontaneity.
This is a year to be open to new possibilities, to step outside his comfort zone and explore different types of relationships.
Oh,
He might find love in unexpected places or realize that his ideal partner is someone he's overlooked in the past.
interesting.
For those in committed relationships,
Yeah.
this year is about deepening the connection, working through any lingering conflicts and creating a more fulfilling and harmonious partnership.
This requires open communication, a willingness to compromise, and a shared vision for the future.
It's also about finding new ways to keep the spark alive, to nurture the romance and adventure that initially brought them together.
I love that.
Perhaps they'll plan a trip to a new destination, take up a hobby together, or simply make more time for quality time and intimate conversations.
Yeah,
It's about remembering that relationships require effort and nurturing,
right.
but the rewards are immeasurable.
They are.
A strong partnership can provide a sense of belonging, support, and unconditional love, creating a foundation for growth and happiness in all areas of life.
So true.
Now, let's briefly touch upon the influence of Mars, the planet of action and energy,
Okay?
which will be transiting his 7th house of partnerships and 2nd house of finances early in the year.
Oh.
This transit can bring some challenges in both areas, potentially leading to conflicts, financial instability, or a need to assert his independence.
So it's a time to be mindful of impulsive decisions, especially regarding finances and relationships.
Mars energy can be intense,
Right.
but it can also be harnessed for positive change.
Okay?
It's about channeling that assertive energy into productive pursuits,
Okay?
like taking initiative in his career, setting healthy boundaries in his relationships, or pursuing physical activities that help him release pent-up energy.
So it's about finding that delicate balance between assertiveness and diplomacy, action and reflection.
Exactly.
As we wrap up part 2 of our deep dive, let's revisit that initial question.
Okay.
How can you use this year's cosmic energy to bridge the gap between your dreams and reality, creating a life that truly reflects your authentic self?
We've explored the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, but ultimately, the answer lies within you.
It's about tapping into that unique blend of Sagittarius optimism and Capricorn pragmatism,
Yes.
using your adventurous spirit to explore new possibilities,
Right.
and your grounded nature to turn those possibilities into tangible realities.
It's about embracing your contradictions, honoring your strengths, and recognizing that the journey itself is just as important as the destination.
In part 3, we'll offer some practical tips and guidance to help you navigate the year ahead and manifest your dreams into reality.
Stay tuned for the final part of our exploration, where we'll delve into specific strategies for maximizing your potential in 2025.
Here to illuminate the path ahead for our Sagittarius Rising Capricorn Sun listeners.
In this final part of our deep dive, we're moving from exploration into action, offering practical guidance for navigating the year ahead. Remember that dynamic tension we've been discussing? The interplay between the archer's adventurous spirit and the goat's grounded ambition.
It's about finding that sweet spot where these seemingly opposing forces work in harmony.
Exactly. Think of it as a dance, you know?
Mm.
A graceful interplay between expansion and contraction, freedom and structure. That's where the magic happens.
So how can our listeners practically apply this? How do they find that balance in their daily lives?
It starts with self-awareness. Take some time to reflect on your strengths, your weaknesses, your deepest desires. What truly makes your spirit soar.
Journaling, meditation, spending time in nature.
Right.
These practices can help you connect with your inner wisdom and clarify your goals.
Once you have a clearer picture of what you want, you can start setting intentions. And remember, intentions are seeds planted in the fertile ground of the cosmos. Nurture them with action and watch them grow.
So let's break this down into specific areas of life, starting with career. Jupiter in the 6th house is a powerful influence, encouraging expansion and growth.
For you, this could mean a promotion, taking on a leadership role, or even starting that business you've always dreamed of. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Embrace new challenges and opportunities that align with your passions.
You know that adventurous Sagittarius spirit is urging you to take risks, but remember to balance that with your Capricorn practicality.
Right. Create a solid plan, build a supportive network, and approach your goals with a strategic mindset.
Now let's talk about love and relationships. This year is about building strong foundations, whether you're single or in a committed partnership.
If you're single, be open to new possibilities. Put yourself out there, engage in activities you love, and trust that the right connections will naturally unfold. And remember, authenticity is key. Don't try to be someone you're not. Let your true self shine through, and you'll attract someone who appreciates you for who you are.
For those in committed relationships, this year is about, deepening the connection, nurturing intimacy, and finding new ways to keep the spark alive.
Communication is essential. Express your needs, listen to your partner's perspective, and be willing to work through challenges together. Make time for shared experiences, whether it's traveling to a new destination, trying a new hobby, or simply having meaningful conversations. Remember, relationships require effort and nurturing, but the rewards are immeasurable.
Now, finances might feel a bit shaky early in the year with Saturn in the second house, but remember, this is a time for restructuring, for building a more solid foundation.
Take a look at your spending habits, create a budget that aligns with our values, and explore ways to increase your income. This might involve learning new skills, seeking a promotion, or even starting a side hustle.
This period might feel restrictive, but it's ultimately about gaining greater control over your resources and creating a sense of financial security.
And let's not forget about health and well-being. With Jupiter in your sixth house, this is a fantastic time to prioritize your physical, mental, and emotional health.
So make time for exercise you enjoy, explore healthier eating habits, and prioritize restful sleep. You might also want to try yoga, meditation, or spending more time in nature to reduce stress and cultivate inner peace.
Your body is your temple. Treat it with respect and nourish it with healthy habits.
And this year is also a wonderful time for personal growth and spiritual exploration. Embrace opportunities to expand your consciousness, challenge your limiting beliefs, and connect with your higher purpose.
Read inspiring books, attend workshops or retreats, engage in practices that nourish your soul, and allow yourself to be guided by your intuition.
You are, a spiritual being having a human experience. Embrace this journey of self-discovery and allow it to unfold naturally.
As we conclude this cosmic deep dive, remember that you are a co-creator of your reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions shape your experience. Embrace the challenges and opportunities that 2025 brings with a blend of Sagittarius optimism and Capricorn pragmatism.
Trust that the universe is always supporting you, guiding you toward your highest potential. Stay true to yourself, follow your heart, and never stop exploring the vast and wondrous cosmos within and around you.
And if you're feeling called to delve deeper into your personal cosmic blueprint, we invite you to explore our personalized audio readings. You'll find the link in the description below. These readings offer tailored guidance based on your unique birth chart, helping you navigate life's journey with greater clarity and purpose.
Until our next cosmic exploration, may your path be illuminated by the light of the stars.
And may you always remember your inherent cosmic power.